Seeker is an event for elite team sport members, sprint racing at its finest. So we kick things off with a 10-minute qualifying session, the perfect time to showcase your racing prowess and secure that all-important starting position. My 59.121 second lap was quick enough to put me in 8th place of this 20 kart lineup. And then it's go time. 3 intense 10-minute sprint races where every second counts and every move can make or break your victory. The starting order for the first sprint is determined by the qualifying order, so with 7 karts ahead of me, let's see what I can do. My reaction time isn't the best and the kart is a little slow to get going. And it's not long before I'm down in 10th place. This is going to be a hard race. With the gaps opening up on the straights, I'm at least able to get through the corners quickly. But I get a fairly big hit on the brakes into turn 2, pushing me quite wide. The red flag appears though as Anton has been spun around. It's a quick green flag, so I take advantage, knowing I'm not going to be able to progress any other way. I left the door open a little and Joel sticks his nose up the inside of me, but I'm able to hold him off for now. I've been fighting it, but Joel has a quicker kart and is finally able to get past, again at turn 1. We get a very short red flag, but Kaylin fails to notice it had gone green again. Joel has now caught up to and is trying to find his way past the kart ahead with the yellow helmet. He's found his way in front, but they're right in front of me now, so can I keep up? I stick my nose up the inside, forcing him to use a wide line so that I can cut up the inside and try and get past myself. So that's back to where I started then, that's 8th place for me. I'm pushed all the way through turn 2, almost putting me in the barrier on the exit there. As I turn in, I get hit on the rear, sliding the kart, and again at the bottom of the ramp. I get back in front just to be hit once more. Great. So that's 14th now then. Can I recover anything? Despite setting my 2 fastest laps of the race, I could keep the group ahead in my sights, but that was about it for me. Car performance really is an issue. There are some that are just so far off the pace, drivers behind go for desperate moves. I know how it is. I've been on the other side of it a lot recently. Well, that's just the first race. The rest will be fine, right? Race 2 is going to be started in our finishing order from race 1, so 14th place for me, with a fair bit of work to do. Everyone is in a different kart again, so I've just got to hope this one is up to the task. After a slightly slower reaction, I hold the outside line for turn 1, which seems to help as I take 13th place on the exit. I spot a gap behind Freddie and just go straight for it, but I'm slower on exit, so no place there. I go for the outside once again, late on the brakes, and this time get in front. This kart feels quick as I also pass Sam going around the outside. It took me a lap to close up, but with young Alfie struggling with a slow car, everyone here is fighting hard. Freddie goes for a very late move on Kalen and spins out right into me. I don't get collected, but I do drop those 2 places. Freddie recovered himself, so the red flag soon goes. Yep, this kart is definitely a quick one. Alfie's held up Kalen and I've caught them both back up now. I've tried to catch Kalen off guard, but he's managed to hold his place for the moment. With a quick exit from turn 2, I get up the inside and make my way in front at top pits. You know how I was just talking about the pressure being a quicker kart behind a slower kart? Well, this is it. Sorry again, Alfie. That wasn't a good move. It's a quick red flag to get him facing the right way again. It's quite a gap ahead, but this kart is quick, so can I catch up in 3 laps? No, I did close up a fair amount, but that gap was just far too big. I did recover back to where I originally qualified though. Ben decided that in order to set the grid for the third race, he'd use a BTCC style reverse grid. Chosen at random, the top 9 of the grid were being reversed. That puts me starting second. Once again, we're in new karts and this one doesn't want to move. Unsurprisingly, Joel comes through at turn 1. But out comes the red flag for an incident at turn 2. After quite a long wait, it was decided that we would restart the race, so slowly back around to the grid we went. We waited for the lights, and off we go again. That's Joel through at turn 1, again. And a red flag for turn 2, again. Couldn't quite see the lights, but this time we just go from here. There's no more race restarts. As expected then, this race is going to be about retaining as many positions as possible. Maybe this will actually be easier than I thought. I'm just about keeping up. I've got some pressure from behind, but they're not even getting alongside me at this stage. Maybe I spoke too soon, maybe I got a bit too complacent with not needing to defend, as Cassie drives up the inside at turn 5. I get some big hits and Charlie indicates it was the driver behind him. And it's Anton that eventually gets past me though. A couple of laps later and it's Amelia coming up the inside of turn 1 that drops me down to 6th place. I have no answer, I just have to hope this race ends soon. And it does, and a 6th place finish in the end then. Considering the kart and the group I had behind, I am happy enough with that. My results overall were not good enough to finish well, but it was still a fun evening regardless. More and more of these karts are beginning to feel faster again. It's just the odd 1 or 2 that are far off the pace to be any good in these close racing conditions. Next week it's the Grid Locked event with off-track challenges. It's a puzzling start to the race that works out rather well for me. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel so that you do not miss out on that one or any of my further events. Until then, cheers.